National Medical Commission has drafted one guideline to determine the fee for PG courses and MDMS and MBBS in private colleges and deemed colleges. The draft is prepared by the expert group from NMC, and there is an email ID, and you can write your comments on that email ID. So they want to receive the comments from all the different stakeholders, and based on those comments they are going to finalize what are all these points they need to go, and which one they need to skip, remove. So before we proceed with all the draft points, there are so many points that actually you need to read out, and I will help you knowing all those points. Before that, if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe the channel, because NEET Mentor is a platform where you can get all the important updates related to examination and what's going on related to counseling process, all the previous year data and statistics, trends, and our analysis, cutoff marks, tuition fee, everything. So you can subscribe it, and if you like the video, you can hit that like button for our motivation. In the description you can find a group for Telegram. You can join that group. It will helpful for you people to resolve your queries, common queries, and there are links given in the description for ebooks. You can go ahead and download those as well, and that will give you a very good idea about the previous year cutoff tuition fee, to let you know where you should focus in the counseling process, and according to your budget. So coming back to our topic for the today discussion, so NMC has created one draft guideline in order to determine or fix the fee for MBBS and postgraduate courses, and other charges in respective of private colleges. It's not for government college, because for the government college there is no point in talking about. The fee is very less. So this draft is particularly for private medical college and deemed to be universities, which recommended by EG as below. So there are totally 26 points. If you go over through the list, and you will find there are 26 points. So it's pretty long document consisting of 7 pages. So I'm not going to read out each and everything for you. You can read out, but let me highlight the important points that I could find out. So the first point: no institution should charge any capitation amount in any form or any manner. If you are asked that some donation amount or capitation amount is there, so it's not valid, it's against the law, and you can report against it, or you can call us to NEET Mentor. You can report that matter. We will look into it. Second point: for the determination of fee for MBBS and PG course, so what principle they follow? They follow not for profit. What does it mean? There is a cost that is called operating cost for operating medical institution, medical college and hospital. Okay, so based on the operating cost only, the private and deemed universities need to determine the fee, and based on all other factors like hostel fee, mess fee, equipments, and other factors like loans and all. So they have mentioned all those things in these 26 points. So yeah, the principle is not for profit. It means the fee can't be exorbitant enough to add some kind of like a profit component in the fee. Okay, third point: operating cost should primarily form the basis of determination of fee for medical education. The same point that we discussed now. It is also anticipated in the newly established. So now coming to the any institution, any medical college which is newly established. For those newly established medical colleges, some overheads they need to go through is like kind of interest they need to pay. They take loans for establishment of their institution, and depreciation in the values of those equipments which they buy and don't get used. Sadly, they provide to the professor and lecturers, senior faculties, is relatively higher compared to old established medical colleges. So considering all these factors and other factors, determination of fee for a newly established college should be made and on an ad hoc basis based on the fee structure of the most recently established medical college. Based on the fee structure of most recently established medical college, they can decide based on ad hoc basis the fee structure for that's the regulation they have drafted, how they can go ahead and decide the fee structure for new medical college for MBBS and PG both. The total sanction strength of the number of students is also taken into account for the purpose of determination of cost per student for a particular medical college. They are trying to fix the fee for a block of 3 years or on year to year basis, so that the candidate who gets admission in particular PG course, for the entire course they have to pay the same tuition fee, but based on some inflation adjustment as considered appropriate by the state fee regulatory authority, which could be, for example, at the rate of 5% on the basis of consumer price index CPI, or whichever is high. So NMC is in the favor to reduce the fee, and I will tell you the last on the bottom there is a very specific point mentioned. Let me tell you that. So if you go through the point number 24, the fee determined on the basis of these guidelines should not be more than existing fee determined by state fee regulatory authority. So they clearly mentioning here their intention is very clear to reduce the fee, not to increase the fee, depending on these draft guidelines. So if the fee as per the new draft and new rules that they were going to propose, if that it should not increase the existing fee, so definitely they are in the favor of reducing the fee in the medical college, private medical colleges. Let's go back to the point where we were discussing. Okay, so they want to fix the fee for at least 3 years or on year basis. So there are many colleges you could find, they have yearly 10% increment. In UP you could find, or be officially they announce that 10% increment will be there irrespective of what is going to happen in future. Any all hospital expenses are not to be included in computing the cost for providing medical education. So in the medical colleges, the medical hospitals are also there, and the revenue and all the audit process is separate for hospital. So based on the expense that they incur on for the running or operating hospital, they should not include those expenses when they when are going for the computing of medical education or tuition fee for a PG course or MBBS course. So there are many rules, and actually you should read out and then only you can understand. It will take some time to read out. Salaries of a teaching staff and another non-teaching staff should be taken in account for the purpose of determination of fee for a medical college. So these are the factors: salaries of faculties, operating. It all comes within operating cost. So the philosophy is very simple. It's not for profit. They are gonna look at the last year audit, and based on that audit only, see, you can see in the point fourth, the state fee regulatory authority may consider the average audited financial result of the previous 3 years with appropriate inflation adjustment. In case of COVID-19, hostels are closed, So hostel maintenance and mess expenses and other expenses directly related to students has reduced. Some other expenses such as hospital running expenditures, salaries, overtime allowance, and all those things are reduced. So has actually increased. So it will be difficult if they go with last year audit report. So in that case, they are suggesting to go with the average audited financial result for the previous 3 years. So in order to take care of um, COVID situation. Interest cost on loan taken for meeting the capital expenditure in respect of medical college could be taken into account only if the loans are taken from scheduled commercial banks and not from promoters or private parties. So this is also rule, and if any loan is taken and part of amount of the loan taken is used for within some other for some other purpose than operating the medical college. You take an example for deemed university, they take a loan and part of the amount is used for some other purpose that is not related to operating medical institution, then those loan amount will not be considered in computing the tuition fee. Further, the interest cost should not should also not be considered while determining the student's fee, which because the capitalized portion of the interest will form a part of fixed asset and depreciation will be allowed on that interest costs on such fund which have been given as advance for any kind of medical college have to be ignored for fee calculation purposes. Any kind of grant or aid or any kind of donation given to private medical college should be accounted for while determining the fee and other charges which are spent for revenue expenditure. Asset created or purchased from any grant, aid, or donation concession received by any private medical college should not be accounted for while determining the fee and other charges if such grant or donation are received are in the nature of corpus, because it can be used for specific purposes. Most of the private colleges take a security deposit. Yeah, that's important point. uh, they take security deposit and they take kind of like bond amount also, and that bond amount is just to secure uh, medical college so that they don't go in loss in case it doesn't run in normal way. So most of the private colleges take security deposit and caution money deposit from the students for meeting any loss caused by them due to the college property or equipment. Such deposits are normally refundable and are invested in fixed deposit. They do fixed deposits of those amount which on which interest is earned. The amount of deposit should not be taken in account for calculating the fee. The amount that the college is getting from the deposits, so those amount should not be considered when calculating the tuition fee. The amount of deposit should not be taken into account for calculating the amount of such deposit should not be exorbitant. Also, the income earned from the deposit by way of interest may be deducted from the operating cost. So that's also a good suggestion. Fee in respect of PG course could be determined based on direct expense in respect to salaries of teaching faculty and other directly in identifiable expenses in respect to particular PG course. Other common expenses in respect to teaching staff, non-teaching staff, and other expenses which are common for both PG and course should be arrived at by dividing a total common expense by number of students. Some of the facilities are jointly used by PG and MBS students, so they gonna take care of those things as well when computing the tuition fee. And there are many other things like hostel mess, transportation, library, examination fee could be arrived at broadly based on the actual expense incurred for providing these services, the number of students availing these facilities. If expenses which are common, not directly identifiable, should be apportioned on equitable basis to different activities. In respect of hostel rent, it should be left for the state fee regulatory authority to decide whether the hostel rent should not be exceed the municipal rent value. That's also fair point. The hostel rent we used to see in UP state now is reduced, and they have fixed the hostel fee. Earlier they used to take this few years back, if you see the data, they used to take 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs per year uh, as a hostel fee, and it was mandatory to take hostel. So they have taken control on those things. It should not exceed the municipal rental value. So that's fair point. Some of the state authorities fix the fee for MBBS and other courses college wise separately, while in some other state is fixed on the basis of median cost of all the medical colleges on consensus basis. So it's up to a state authority, so they can keep between the maximum fee and minimum fee calculated for the college in the state is nominal and does not cause unnecessary financial hardship to students. So ultimately this is good thing coming from NMC, that they are trying to reduce the fee structure by giving all these guidelines, so that a particular college situated in a particular state, you can see the tuition fee is very high in Rajasthan, but it's not that high in Karnataka. There you see the quality wise Karnataka's tuition colleges are much better than Rajasthan colleges. So why this much high tuition fee they need to pay is a very big burden on students' shoulder. And this is the reason why all the students who are coming from not so financial background, they are not able to take admission into private colleges. So NMC is trying to curb all those high tuition fees by these guidelines. So I suggest you, I request you to give your suggestion to, and you need to write to a mail in order to comment on it, legal@nmc.org.in. Okay, so if you have any kind of suggestion question, you can comment us in the comment section of the video, and we will further discuss about it. So thanks for watching, and if you have any other question related to counseling process, on you want us to make a video on particular state or anything related to NEET PG 2021, you can ask us or suggest us in the comment section. So thanks for watching and have a nice day. Goodbye, take care.